Purnamaste, Purnamaste, and everybody, welcome to the art of the word that I am from the heart. And never mind, I have to be shorter. There are some friends coming over, good friends, to improve my bike, to improve some things in my apartment, like sink is for 2 years hanging, and 2 drawers are hanging. Yeah. I don't care, I don't need, but now they come to improve that, and they are to improve my bicycle, so I can sometimes go for a water, to take water in a forest, and I can drive all around. For now it's in terrible condition. I had to put some rock there where it changes gears so that I can drive somewhere close. But you are not a bicycle, you are not a draw, you don't need improvement. You don't need improvement. There is all this talk about how you must improve yourself, what you should do, what is good that you should do, and you should be better, and you are not good enough. And they tell you what you should do, how you should improve yourself. Well, I'm a Zen master. I'm actually not telling you what to do. Many times I'm telling you what not to do. For you don't need improvement. You don't need improvement. Even I say that you have to work on yourself. But this sparks within you, in your mind, that you are not good enough, that you should be better. You have to understand who is the one that is working on you and on who it is working. Who is the one that needs improvements and who is the one that is doing improvement. And then you realize that the one you try to improve is the one doing the improvement. The one you try to work on is the one that works on you. And that's your mind. And that's your mind. And mind is shadow of self, separation from self. You don't need improvement, but you need to come out of the shadow of self. For when people give you techniques, what you should do better, where you should be better, what you should do, it is always your ego, your mind judging you and blaming you that you are not good enough, that you should be better, that you are no good and you should improve yourself. It blames you always that you are never good enough and that you should be better just like others and do good that others do as they do. And then you realize that you are not your mind, but your mind is trying to improve your mind, working on your mind. Your mind is working on your mind and judging you for who you are, judging you that you are never good enough, afraid of the divine magnificence that you are, always telling you to go against yourself and be better than you are, better than how you feel in your heart, better than how it feels for you to be in your heart. But you think you are your mind, you'd identify with your mind, and your mind always blames you, always judges you in duality, what is good and what is bad on you, and what you should be better. So And the mind is separation from self. It is not who you are, it's the shadow of self. So the mind is trying to improve the mind. The separation from self is working on the separation from self to be better. But you are not your mind. And your mind is always judging you that you are not good enough. This is not good enough. You should be good like them. You should improve yourself and be like that teacher, like this teacher, like that teacher. You should be like Jesus Christ, your mind tells you. You should be like somebody else. You should improve yourself, not to be yourself. You know, but you are already yourself, and you don't need no improvement. You feel what is good for you in your heart. You feel what you want to do from the heart. You know what feels right to you. You don't. And what doesn't, what don't. You feel what doesn't feel right to you. You are already that. But in separation from self, you are thinking that you are your mind and you are judging yourself. Afraid of what your heart desires, judging in fear, afraid that it is not to succeed, that you are to lose your life, you are to lose everything in your life, end up without everything, and it chases you, afraid of what your heart desires, so you do what others do. And you remain in the cage of comfort. And you improve yourself, you do what others do, and you don't do what is in your heart. And you feel what is right to you in your energy, what resonates with you. You feel what is good for you, but then your ego blames you. You know, if you don't do that, you are a bad person. If you are not putting up with what I want from you, what I'm doing to you, you are a bad person. You are not good enough. You are not good enough. You are never good enough. And then he judges you. You feel like, for example, oh, this person is not good for me. They want something from me, but doesn't feel right. You feel you'll get cheated. You feel you'll get exploited. You feel you get fucked. But then your ego comes. Oh, you should improve yourself. You should be better. You are not good enough. You know they will not do anything to you. You know they didn't do last time anything to you. And it judges you. You should be better. You are not good enough. So you do what they want from you. You put up with it. You do it for them. And then you get fucked. And then you get exploited. Then you get cheated. For your ego blames you for how you feel. And then you always want to be better. You are not good enough. But it doesn't matter. The last time when they didn't fuck you up, if I can say so nicely, it didn't feel like this. It felt right. It felt like love. They were sincere. Everything is energy. Animals communicate with energy. They know the intentions of the wolf. Deer smells, feels the vibration of the wolf, intention of the wolf that wants to eat the deer on 1 mile and runs away. You know. And when a rabbit comes, deer feels no danger. That's last time when they did what they say that they will do, where there was no problem. You didn't feel the intention. Like deer feels the intention of a wolf. You felt the intention of a rabbit. It was nice. But now you feel something is wrong. You know? And you already feel it. And that's why animals run away from all danger, from bad intentions, because they feel in their energy They feel in their energy the truth. Energy never lies. Same is with you. You already feel what your heart desires, what is good for you. You feel the energy of others that you are interacting with. You feel the intentions. But your ego telling you have to improve yourself. You have to be better. You have to do what they want for you. And because you are not being yourself, you want to improve yourself, you want to be better, they fucked you up. They literally fucked you up. Because you didn't trust what you feel. You rather were thinking that you are your mind, that you have to improve yourself and be better. And you ran straight into danger because your mind judged you that you are not good enough as you felt the best to be. You know. And there are many spiritual teachers, who actually tell you that you have to improve yourself, that you have to work on yourself, that you have to control and force and push and resist. And this is actually a joke. Buddha also did this. Because you have to understand that one that controls, pushes, forces, resists, trying to make it happen by force, change it by force, improve by force, is the mind. And then your mind just gets more stronger because you want to control, to be better, to improve yourself, force and resist the way you are, to be better, control, and you blame yourself even more. Your mind becomes even more crazy. You cannot stop your mind. They just say this so that you realize that you cannot control your mind, that you cannot improve yourself. For the one that is trying to improve you is the mind trying to improve the mind. And then you only judge yourself with your mind is judging your mind in separation from itself. Then you just have to. And all these years of meditation and trying to control the mind, stop the mind, force the mind to stop, only serve for the soul to realize, oh, I can never control my mind. I can never stop my mind. I can never improve my mind. Mind is separation from the self. And then you realize that that control, that resistance, that force applied is actually the problem. Is actually the problem of our suffering. Resistance to as it is, to as it feels right, to what your heart desires, to the moment now as it is. Trying to improve, trying to be better in the future. And then you just have to realize that you cannot improve yourself. That you are thinking that you are your mind that's trying to improve you, trying to improve your mind. Your mind is only stronger. And you just have to realize, I cannot improve my mind. My mind is crazy. But I'm not your mind. I'm not my mind. You realize I'm not my mind. You let the mind be. You don't identify yourself with your mind. You don't try to change it. You don't try to improve it, to control it. You don't listen to it. You don't follow it. It's crazy. You let it be. You have to know yourself. You have to know that you are not your mind. That's how you know yourself. And then you realize that you could never improve yourself. You could never be better because you were never you. You were thinking that you were your mind. You were thinking that you were your mind. And you were trying to improve your mind, but your mind was not you, and you were wasting the time. And then you were like, oh, I cannot be better. I was never myself. I was thinking that my ego, my mind blaming me for who I am. I was already myself, the way that my heart desires to be. And the way that it felt in my energy. with interaction with energy of another's. I was already myself, but I was never following myself. I was identifying with my mind, trying to control and stop the mind, trying to think and judge about everything about myself, trying to get everything in the mind and improve my mind. But I was never my mind. Then you get the joke. You laugh from the heart because you were never your mind. And you only wanted to improve your mind wanted to improve your mind. You laugh from the heart because there was nothing to do. You only had to realize that you are not your crazy mind, and mind is crazy and mind is not you. And you cannot improve your mind. You cannot improve yourself. You just have to realize that you are not your mind. That is always causing you to blame yourself, to be afraid of yourself, to go against yourself, to against how you feel, and then you suffer in how you think that you should improve yourself, that you should be better. Yeah. And that's why meditation is doing nothing for no one, to achieve nothing. Just being here now in the moment. Meditation is doing nothing because the mind wants to do so much, want to improve, want to control, want to change you, control you. For no one, for there is no one. You are not your mind. You're not doing it for no one. You are not your mind. You're just doing it to achieve nothing. Because mind wants to control, to improve you, to work on yourself so you would be better in future. You have to meditate now to achieve something in future. But there is nothing to achieve. Mind wants to achieve. Mind wants to control. You just have to surrender that control, that resistance, that force of the mind, and realize that you are not your mind, and your mind wants to achieve something. But you cannot achieve anything because you are already yourself from the heart. Just being here now is not to achieve anything in future, to get anything in future, to improve yourself in future, but to realize that you are not your mind that wants to control something in future. Then you suffer in time in resistance to self. But you are just now here in the moment, knowing that you cannot control your mind, that mind is crazy, but knowing that you are not your mind, you don't identify with your mind, but you are now here in the moment, just being here as it feels best from the heart, knowing you are not your mind, doing nothing for no one, to achieve nothing, just being now here. Now you meditated for thousands of lifetimes. I meditated 20 years in this lifetime just to realize this. I'm not my mind that was trying to improve me and work on myself for 20 goddamn years. But it is too simple for the mind that is just too complicated. It's so simple that mind needs lifetimes after lifetimes after lifetimes to get it. That's why enlightenment is so rare in this world. Because it's too complicated. It's too simple for the mind that is too complicated. You understand? Too simple for the mind that is just too complicated. And then it takes long because mind is complicated and wants to control everything, know everything, define everything, resist everything, force. And then it takes one lifetime, this lifetime, and infinite lifetimes before, so you realize that it's too simple. And you are not your mind. They're trying to improve you, blames you that you are not good enough, that you have to be better, afraid of you that you go against yourself always and suffer in separation from self. But you are always the way your heart desires, the way that it feels the best for you, but you are identifying with your mind, judging you for who you are. And you could never improve yourself, work on yourself. You had to only realize you are not your mind. Stop identifying yourself with your mind and just be here now from the heart, who you really are, unique and expression, authentic, unique and authentic expression of the source. And you know the truth, you feel everything as it is, but you are following your mind, not trusting yourself the way you feel. And your heart only already knows what your desires, what it feels the best, but you are identifying with your mind. You only have to realize that you are not your mind. And you are already that I am, source that I am, and there's no other. Your mind is separation. And that's why I give you my word always. For the religion tells you how you should be better. I tell you, religion is separation from self. For those in separation from self, you are God that I am. You are not your mind that has beliefs and want to be better and do what others do. But you are God yourself, and you already feel in your heart who you are and what to do and what is good for you and what is not. And you should trust what you feel always and follow what you feel and be in the moment now. For you cannot improve yourself. You only have to realize you are not your mind, and you are already yourself, being in the moment now from the heart as it feels the best for you. I give you my word just for that, for I am you. And it took me so many years to realize just this simple thing, to tell you that you don't need improvement, but you are already who you are not your mind. But still, it may take you decades, it may take you years or lifetimes to realize this. I know, because the mind is too complicated. So you have to hear it all over and over again, that you are not your mind, and mind is blaming you for who you are. And that's why I give you my word, for I'm you. You don't need improvement. But you will maybe need a lot of work on yourself to realize that. Work on yourself, that you are not your mind. I give you my word just for that. Now I'll finish. And thank you for all watching my videos. But thank you mostly if you realize that you are not your mind. That's what I tell you in every word that I am. And if anybody feels that you want to offer a donation, you want to offer a support, every day my birthday, this is what I do. I'm wishing you happy birthday every day, so you realize you're not your mind, but you are eternal life in the moment as it feels the best from the heart to you. Your mind is trying to achieve something in future. I'm wishing you happy birthday every day. So if anyone feels like you want to offer me a donation, I so much appreciate it. There would be no art of the word that I am without of your donation. I give you my word. I give you my word. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. You assist this crazy man, this crazy Zen master, to stay in this world, to realize the others that they can get free of this world, free of their mind. And that's why I'm so grateful. And that's why I want to give you a special gift. I will not send you a message. I will not tell you anything. Don't tell me anything. But you have given me energy that I require, and I'm so grateful. Without of you, there'll be no art of the word that I am. I want to give you my best energy, and I'm going to do healing on you. White light source quantum healing. No appointment needed. You don't need to know when and how. I don't need to know anything. You only need to know that for every single donation, regardless the donation, if it's big, more healings. And regardless what is the donation, I make healing on your beautiful being. I give you my word. It's quantum healing, beyond time and space. But what should I tell you? My healing works on you as much as you work on yourself. If you think that you are your mind, you always follow what your mind blames you, afraid of you, you always find suffering in life. No one can heal you. But when you realize you are not your mind that always blames you and is afraid of you, going against how you feel, and you are from the heart how it feels, you heal yourself, you save yourself, and my healing works on you as much as you work on yourself. Realize that you are not your mind. Everyone, not only those who I do healing on, who give me donation, I give you my word, I do healing on you. But I give my word to everyone. Realize you are not your mind. You don't need your improvement. You are already source that I am from the heart, and you feel the way to be. You feel who you are in being yourself, knowing you are not your mind, as it feels right to you. Mind just wants to know and control and get everything, but these are just thinking. You have to be the truth in being. And then out of being the truth, I give you my word that I am myself, not what I think, but word that I am from the heart. And I give you my word. You are not your mind. You don't need improvement. But you will maybe need long years to work on yourself to realize you are not your mind. For it is just too simple for too complicated mind. I give you my word. You are not your mind. You are already as it feels the best to you from the heart, source that I am. And you don't need improvement. You just need to realize that you are not your mind. You need to realize you are source. Purnamaste, Purnamaste.